Right, we have two large passages left explored. Left to explore. How hell do you open this? The first one we explored was basically a series of tombs. Good item in there, but mostly just empty space, really. The dragon.
You do not follow instructions well at all. You may have a hard time finding employment with that character flaw.
My future livelihood is not my concern right now. A more prominent concern would be for me to find my missing soul. I'm also looking for a piece of a special mirror that has been broken.
You are a fool, little man. Yours is nothing but a race of fools. Filthy, mewling, scrabbling, two-legged fools.
What do you know of my race?
I know your kind all too well. Your kind defiles the world with that stench of its existence.
I suppose you think your kind is better?
Our lineages cannot be compared. We were the beloved children of the ancients themselves. They basked in our perfect light. We were born to command the world long before your kind appeared. Your kind is but the spittle of the gods.
Oh, I thought perhaps you were referring to my particular 1/4 Dracoid and 3/4 human makeup. It actually confuses a lot of people, and they call me a half-breed. But I'm just naturally too polite to correct their mathematics.
You are part Dracoid? Well, then I will spare you. But you must leave now. Get out of here before I change my mind and eat you, you impudent cretin.
Does this mean that you haven't seen the broken mirror shard I'm looking for? I've always heard that dragons are inordinately, even insanely, attracted to shiny little baubles and beads.
My collection of pretties is none of your business. But wait. That shard you seek would not be from the chambers of the one your kind calls the Draurical, would it?
Why, yes. How did you know?
I might have known. Anu the Guardian. Ha! Anu the Bungler. Listen, you mixed spawn. If you see the big red fool again, tell him that should he ever return to this dimension, Morphira, last of the Fire Drakes, is looking for him with revenge on her mind. There is no hurry, though. I am alone now. Alone for the first time in eons, and I will have nothing to divert my hours but nursing this grudge.
I don't understand.
It is your precious shard, the garbage of a careless god which has ripped into our dimension and taken the life of my mate! Enough. Your Dracoid lineage will allow me to spare you this once, but do not expect these favors to continue.
That looked ridiculous. Still, this is all of it. Dragon blood? Why do they keep shoving dragon blood down my throat? Doesn't really have any real use. So curious what the hell this thing in the center is. Looks like it has the markings we saw in the tombs. There's nothing to interact with. So, final place we haven't visited.
I could eat a horse. Although I do suppose a whole horse without any potatoes or bread or vegetables would be sort of a boring meal.
Isn't this supposed to move? Nothing really in the ceiling, so it has to go down. Oh. My mistake. Wasn't the platform I was looking for. But we have friends here. Beetles. Wondering why I couldn't see the ones who attacked me.
Don't mess with me, you little creep!
Multiple doors again, I guess. Like one, like actually. Well, this is still slightly suspicious. But at the same time, I can't see any way to open this. Because it looks like they're basically using pressure plates only as opening system, so there's unlikely to be small buttons that are hard to miss. At the same time, this doesn't exactly look like it belongs here. It's like that'll easily move. Still, if I can't move it, I can't move it. There's really nothing really to try here. I suppose I could try to destroy them through explosives, but I would imagine there's some sort of an indication that something like that might be worth trying. Like there's really only one path forward. Okay. Some sort of vast chamber.
You have overstayed your welcome.
This is not a social call. I'm fairly certain that you must have the little sparkly thing I came here for. As you yourself know, it is a shard from the broken shining path of the Draurical, and I must have it to repair the mirror. If you would give it to me, we could avoid unnecessary bloodshed.
Oh, that sounded like a squeaky little threat.
Probably attack me before I can attack her.
I will seek a hand weapon for your use. Spit! We fight soon. Spit!
Why don't you just go ahead and kill yourself? It would save me a lot of time, and I'm in sort of a hurry.
Oh, lava. That's not good. Not particularly dangerous, although we have a hard time doing damage to it. But he's poisoned, taking damage. So
Victory is ours.
what's going on? There's something flying in the air. Right.
We fight
Tough
soon.
bugger, aren't you?
See what we have to do. Just wondering why the goddamn switches are here. We cannot kill him. It's the same thing as with the fire elementals. As long as there's a fire for her to retreat to, she'll always regenerate. That's why she's not particularly tough. Probably she's meant to be killed multiple times over. No,
I think you're pretty tough, don't you?
where the fuck are... Ooh. Let's say where are the additional switches to kill her? Right, this might not be all that heroic of a way to kill her, but I see this is we have no real risk this way. I don't really see what I would gain by trying to go into melee range. Okay, spells allow rapid fire. That's something I didn't
The law
consider.
requires that I warn you. My body is a trained and deadly weapon.
Or shield. We'll get around.
Oh, so you want to play rough? Nice.
Yeah. Shard going to find another. What the fuck happened? It was flying around here somewhere. Where the fuck did it go? Oh. Thought it was something else. I'm assuming that's the shard, but it doesn't really look like a shard. But it has the icon of the sigil, the oracle sigil, so it must be the shard. I don't really get how the shard works. It's sort of a physical thing, but it's not really. Was it the shard that caused the dragon to regenerate? Or was it the dragon itself? Because the dragon just disappeared, and I assumed that it's the shard lying around. Finds the lava, dragon pops up again. Immune to banish spells, storm crystal, stoning, and magic drain, Morphera regenerates when in her natural element fire. She is vulnerable to cold-based attacks and only takes half the allotted damage from all physical and magical strikes. So, yeah, all the good abilities and single-use items you can recharge, the bosses are immune to them, so whoopie-doo. Doesn't look like this goes anywhere. I still don't get the dragon blood. I mean dragon areas or dragon blood, but what realistic use do you have for the blast thing? So you can make something of it, that's a different matter, but I have to take the shard. There's no fucking way I'm walking back to the beginning, so I'm taking the shard. That said, I don't think there's anything here worth exploring anymore either. We got two great items out of this. Potentially great. The fire blasting wand and the snake amulet. A fairly dull uh, dimension in my opinion. Elemental dimension, gauntlet, fairly straightforward. A lot of empty space that has nothing for you to do really. Very, very dull.
Wow, that was quite a ride.
Well, you are dealing with ancient magic, you simpleton. I don't know what you expected.
Jaquel, nice to see you again.
Cupola, nice to see you too.
You know, my name's Copper.
Of course it is. Excuse me if I've offended you by mispronouncing your name. But there's only one of me here, and I've got a whole lot of you to keep track of out there.
Okay, anyway, it looks like the mirror is going to hold on to that piece I brought back.
Yes, it does look like you have begun to repair the Shining Path. I have to tell you though, I'm not at all sure that's a good idea.
What?
It's just so potentially dangerous, you know. Every time one of you mortals starts monkeying around with ancient magic, who knows what could happen? Look what happened to that sorceress that called herself Scotia. If you'll take my advice, you'll look for your soul, or whatever, but you'll stop trying to bring little pieces of a broken mirror back here. It could be quite dangerous.
Are you sure? I thought I had to fix the mirror to have a chance of getting my soul back.
Oh? Well, perhaps you misunderstood him. In every other case I've seen like this, the person got their soul back as soon as they found it.
Well, okay.
I must ask that you leave by another route this time. We are doing repair work in the main caves, you know. Here, use this door. For someone who's worried about his missing soul, you waste a lot of time in here.
So developments. Places here that we suspected were obviously doors. Are actually doors. Huh. I wonder if the areas here have opened up too. Right, I think I'll actually leave things as they are. Managed to wrap up things a little bit more quickly than I imagined. But what I need to do is, well, we need to check where this goes. And what I want to check is that is the portal still there or not? That's big. That's a big influencer on. I don't think we missed anything on this one. At least nothing super important. We got. I'm happy with the stuff we got. However, it will influence on how I'm gonna deal with future dimension trips. So it's much easier to sort of leave things a little bit unexplored, like here. If you have with the likely secret doors or doors, if you have a good indication that you might be able to go back at any time you want. Why exactly can't I leave here through the normal means? What happens if I try? Yeah.
Locked.
The kill is fucking with me. The looks of it, I'd say 4 or 5 worlds. About 1/5.